Web editing functionality supports editing of map features, attributes, web applications. Advanced spatial analysis supports complex geographic and statistical analytics via the 3D geostatistical network and spatial extension, which included at no cost. More GIS application functionality provides an out-of-the-box configurable mobile application that allows the mobile workers to dynamically query and update the GIS data and query server data to remotely. It is administered from ArcGIS server and integrated with GPS, and it fits seamlessly into enterprise IT movements. More applicable mobile application developer tools. It provides tools to manage and deploy custom applications for mobile devices, including software developer kit. Now next is the ArcGIS server running on cloud. There are 5 reasons why cloud mapping is better for the country, city or township. CloudGIS is more reliable than legacy server systems. It requires less maintenance than in-house systems. It is cheaper than on-site installations. It is easier to keep updated, and CloudGIS mapping is more accessible for end users. The 5 reasons why cloud mapping is better for the country, city or township. CloudGIS is more reliable than legacy server systems. It requires less maintenance than in-house systems. It is cheaper than on-site installations. It is easier to get updated, and CloudGIS mapping is more accessible for end users. Now running ArcGIS Enterprise and Google Cloud. Google Cloud provides a variety of IaaS, that is infrastructure as service and platform as service offerings that are relevant to ArcGIS Enterprise deployments. And we can install and run ArcGIS Enterprise with any infrastructure service provider that exports on Linux or Windows operating systems, which is supported by ArcGIS Enterprise. That means any public cloud provider or private cloud environment is suitable for ArcGIS Enterprise. ArcGIS Enterprise based on deployment on cloud infrastructure. That is, the ArcGIS Enterprise portal is a central hub where users create, share, manage apps, maps and spatial data and share with collaborators. ArcGIS server. ArcGIS Enterprise portal is a central hub where users create, share, manage maps, apps and spatial data and share with collaborators. ArcGIS Data Store provides data storage for the hosting server used with the deployment. ArcGIS Server provides the power for mapping and analysis in GIS, including several specialized server roles and scales and dynamic to support traffic. And ArcGIS Web Adapter integrates ArcGIS Server and portal for ArcGIS with our existing web servers and our organization's security infrastructure. What is ArcGIS Enterprise? ArcGIS Enterprise is the foundation software system for GIS, power mapping and visualization, analytics and data management. The 4 components of ArcGIS Enterprise work together to provide comprehensive functionality for web mapping, image exploitation, real-time data handling, large volume batch analysis and spatial data analysis. ArcGIS Enterprise is licensed per user and by the system capacity. Users are licensed based on the user types, providing secure access to information and content creation capabilities. ArcGIS Server brings GIS resources such as map services, feature services and geoprocessing services to users as layers in the organization. It adds more capabilities to the base ArcGIS Enterprise deployment by licensing additional server roles. ArcGIS GeoAnalytics Server, which performs distributed analytics on large volume of tabular and feature data. ArcGIS GeoEvent Data. ArcGIS GeoEvent Server integrates real-time event-based data streams such as Internet of Things sources into your GIS. ArcGIS Image Server, it publishes image services for real-time visualization and performs distributed analytics on raster data. ArcGIS Knowledge Server enables an entity-centric approach to data modeling analysis using knowledge graphs. ArcGIS Notebook Server hosts ArcGIS notebooks which combine code, real-time visualization and maps and data tools to facilitate the data science. ArcGIS Workflow Manager Server is a scalable workflow management system that donates and ArcGIS Workflow Manager Server is a scalable workflow management system that automates and simplifies many aspects of performing and managing GIS and non-GIS work in an organization to increase the productivity. ArcGIS Workflow Manager server is licensed to the ArcGIS workflow manager using user type extension. This is how ArcGIS server is deployed in the Elastic Compute Cloud Virtual Machine on Amazon Web Services. So EC2 virtual machine, these are both Amazon Web Services, and that JavaScript client, Flex client, and Silverlight client, other clients, the various clients which is connected to the Amazon Web Services. There are two virtual machines, Elastic Cloud Computing, two virtual machines for the Windows, which includes the ArcGIS server and GIS data, and the various clients are connected with this server. And this is the ArcGIS online website which provide accessing to GIS data and applications. We can download any vector data or raster data through online. Now it is run by S3. ArcGIS.com provides internet accessible GIS data and applications that can be used by many clients. It is web browser which is based on the Linux operating system which managed by S3, and also Windows operating system, it is also managed by S3, and the GIS data, that is the geo database is there, and from the web browser it will goes to the ArcGIS.com user interface. It is based on the Linux and server for the Windows, and this total protocol is based on the Amazon Web Services. And from this, the JavaScript viewer, ArcGIS on Explorer Online and Explorer, ArcGIS Desktop, and other clients connected with the ArcGIS server, which is also connected to the GIS data. Now next is the cloud-based databases and web editing with the GIS server. How to do web editing, where are some various opportunities and challenges. JavaScript is a language for web developers which used to program actions on the web pages. Ajax, it is asynchronous JavaScript and XML. It is these techniques are used for the interactive editing of the GIS geometries to web applications. Users could now sketch edits on their maps and see each vertex of the sketch drawn in real time without being interrupted by page blinks or waiting for the browser to respond. They could press the key and immediately see a snapping threshold that would be applied to a vertex. And the Google Maps use this Ajax to request pre-generated map images as the user pan and zoom the image for the creating a smoother web and map navigation experience than most people had. Web editing had an advantage because web application can be much less intimidating for them than a full-featured desktop GIS program like ArcMap. Web editing gives the potential to allow everyone to contribute to a GIS, and crowdsourcing is the idea of allowing anyone to edit an information repository with the faith that this will make the repository more complete and accurate over time. OpenStreetMap is an example of a crowdsourced street map of the world. People holding mapping parties for the OSM where they ride and walk around a town collecting data and then enter it all into a database. And the OpenStreetMap is the best example of the crowdsourced of the world. People hold mapping parties for OSM where they ride and walk around the town collecting data and then enter it into a database. And web editing has an advantage because web application can be much less intimidating for them than a full-featured desktop GIS program like ArcMap, and web editing gives the potential to allow everyone to contribute to your GIS. And crowdsourcing is the idea of allowing anyone to edit an information repository with the faith that this will make the repository more complete and accurate over time. And challenges of web editing are security, data integrity, and database maintenance. So GIS database and web editing. A shapefile, as we already know, it consists of various files, that is .shp,